Hello folks, welcome back to another review and thoughts on now checking out, I guess, the sequel to a film called The Butcher, or no, it's just called Butchers, which was in 2021. I did review the first one, it's on the channel. I'll try to remember to put the link of the video in at the end of this or whatever. But yeah, it's somewhat of a sequel, and it's not really, because this second one that I'm reviewing now, called Butcher's Book 2, Raghorn. I don't know what Raghorn is or what that means. I don't know what Book 2 is. Where's Book 1? I guess Book 1, they couldn't really make a Book 1, I guess. Butchers, what do we have? A ripoff and knockoff. I said in the first one is a ripoff of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And they even reference, they actually say the name in this one. Which, I'm not a fan of the original film, but the other ones are way better than this. Granted, this has little gore. Like, it has some gore in here. They do pull a Hostel Part 2 where literally a guy's dick gets, cut off, and they do show the guy, and they show the whole neutering of the dude. What I thought was funny was the fact that right after it, he's able to still walk. Granted, he's limping a little bit, but literally, like, the guy, his junk has just been cut off, balls and all, and this guy, he gets his pants on and buckles himself and just starts, I'm like, that just, wow. And then we have, okay, so, and the same director and writer, anyway, I don't know if he wrote, I guess he co-wrote, the screenplay is by Adrian Langley, who directed the first film, and the story is also co-written by him. So I don't know if he had a hand in writing the first one. I forgot to, because right before I had to start recording, I decided to speed through the first one to remember the points of what happened and why I hated it, and the first one also is a downbeat. Well, granted, at least this one, while it's not downbeat, I didn't care about anybody, so I really didn't care if it had a downbeat ending or not, or a happy ending. And people are gonna crap on this film overall, because I already saw in the comments, it's woke. So, because you have basically you have 4 people who, I guess they're on the run, because they kidnapped this girl. We find out it's not really a girl, it's a trans person. And I have no problem with, that or all, but the fact that, like, I don't know, like, I didn't really care about the person. I don't even remember the character's name. if they had a name. But yeah, you find out it's not a girl, it's a guy, but girl, trans. So yeah, that part, I'm just going to address that person as him, or him, her, whatever, because it's not genuine of a review if I just, So, you have that, and the cast is pretty boring. I mean, again, you have the 4 people, granted, 2 of the 4 die right off the bat as soon as they get involved in a collision with a deer, it was a deer or I forget what the other one is, what it's called. I believe it was a deer, because pretty much the one guy who's a dick at the beginning he dies. The boyfriend of the cousin of the cousin. Granted, they're not related, but like pretty much the girlfriend's boyfriend dies because a deer spearheads him in the chest, and then his buddy shoots him in the head because he double crosses him. Because pretty much they kidnapped this person and for ransom, I guess, because they were, I guess, held for ransom or what their word for ransom, I guess, or something. I don't know. But you have that. This movie, it's edited in just lame fashion. Like it's not edited bad or anything or horrible, but it's just I didn't like the first film, and then turn around in 2014 they come out with the sequel, but not really a sequel because they don't really reference the first film, really. Aside from the freak show character in the first one where they wanted to have their version of Leatherface. But he's really not anything like he's like, I guess he's inbred, mutated brother of theirs who they call Crusher. Who we barely see the effect, like the makeup effects of this Crusher. Like when we do see it, he looks like one of those creatures from Lord of the Rings, like those goblins or trolls or demons, but buff too and all. Like, I mean, nobody really you root for in this. Even the trans person, like you don't really root for because you don't know much about them, other than that they were kidnapped and they're trying to get away. And other than that, I mean, we have a sheriff in this who's dumb. At first, the reason I actually was gonna almost give the movie credit of like, well, not even credit, because I would call it to say, oh, he's in on it, but no, he's just plain dumb. Because what he does is he stumbles upon a crime scene of one of the dead bodies of the people he's after, the kidnappers. And what does he do? He decides to call for not even backup. He calls for one deputy. He calls it, I guess, the department or whatever. But I guess they didn't have enough money to like get more people around, so they got one extra officer at the very, very end, literally. And that's funny because like they, instead of this whole time, which I guarantee it did not take that long to get from town to here. It seems like, I don't know where town or city or town they're from, but anyway, the sheriff is dumb because what he does, because at first you think he's in on it because of how dumb he is when towards the end, because he gets to where he saves the trans person, but then he ends up like saying, "Show me where the other culprit is," and the trans person is like, about not, we need to just get out of here, he's dead, let's go, get me out of here." Instead of doing that, the sheriff decides to force this other person, who he clearly knows is the hostage that was kidnapped by these young folks. He decides to force him, or her, whatever, back to the house that so-and-so was kidnapped and held hostage. What? So this whole time I'm thinking, oh, he must be in on it, but then no, his death is so anticlimactic, because what happens is the big Hulk wannabe, Leatherface wannabe, inbred, whatever, troll-looking, steroid-taking dude. All he does is put his hand up against somebody's face like this, and then blood just comes out, I guess. Because instead of like going like this, like Jason would do, he just, or Victor Crawley. Nope, this guy, he just like this, and then blood just spoils from the front, and they're dead. So yeah, that was a dumb kill. And also, this steroid taking jacked up, inbred dude, he doesn't even die at the end. He ends up surviving because the trans person decides to let him live, even though you have a shotgun this whole time. Also, characters are dumb to where, you know, the I know I keep calling them trans person. I don't know how to address them, so because but the person with the shotgun, pretty much, he shoots, or she, whatever, they shoot the one of the Hicks, and point blank in the chest, I believe, or in the side. But then he ends up surviving. But then he shoots him, or no, he kills him with an meat cleaver. The one normal looking brother, Tucker, I believe, is his name. Which there's a way better film called Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I'd rather watch that than this. That's a. I'm not even a big fan of that movie much, but I think that's a way better. That's more entertaining than this, because at least you have likable characters. You have a more intriguing or funny take on, what this movie was trying to do. Serious. But no, like him, she, whatever, they end up letting the inbred creature guy live and walk off into the forest of so and so Neverland, and they survive. So then they get into a police officer's car and drive off, and that's the end of the movie. And granted, while I ranted on the first one's ending, which I thought was just plain. That one seemed like it was either rushed or just anticlimactic, or they were like, I know, how about we just shoot her? Have a downer ending. I can't even remember if I cared for any of the characters in that one or not. But yeah, I don't see where they can go with this other than if they do a third one, I don't understand, because, and also, where is the guy? Because I believe I think there was 3 or 4 other killers in the first one. Granted, I think 2 of them die off. One of them gets shot. One gets hit a machete to the head or whatever. But then there was another guy, and he lives, but then that's not the same character from the second film. So I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, this movie, again, the guy that played the crazy hillbilly guy, I want to say Nick, but I don't know how to say his last name. I thought he was decent. He reminded me of the guy in the third Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the guy at the gas station. He gave me vibes of him, but like, I don't know. Like he seemed like he was having fun with the material, but yeah, he dies by the end. So, but yeah, this movie just sucked. Like, there's way better hillbilly killer, backwoods, whatever, outdoors killer movies. I mean, just watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films. Even the first one, a lot of people already like, but I don't like that one. I'd rather watch the beginning and Next Generation over this and the first movie, because again, they either are entertaining, or I like the look of the killer more, and they're better shot with style, where this one is just there. It's typical, you know. Plus better gore. So, and the characters there, at least you somewhat care about. At least I did. But here, no. And so, yeah, Adrian, Langley, I hope, or Longley, whatever. I hope you don't do a third one. You don't need to do a third one. I don't know where you would take it. Because all you would do, if you do a third one, all it would be is the inbred steroid troll looking guy, you know, terrorizing the woods. And there's many others that probably do that in other movies. So, like, you're good at just stopping at this second one. It gets a 4.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Why? Why? Why a 4 out of 3? Why not a 1.1? Or even a 0.1, just to be generous. I couldn't find any reviews on this on YouTube either. Like, nobody, I guess, wanted to watch this piece of crap movie. Or either they did watch it, but they didn't want to review it, I guess. But there's reviews of it online and articles, which is funny. And the trailer's on YouTube, but that's it. So yeah, this movie is not scary. It's boring. You have characters doing dumb decisions, especially the sheriff, who's supposed to be like a smart guy. And again, even if they were going to pull a, you know, oh, he's in on it at the end, that would have been at least less annoying, because you can tell why he wants to force this person to go back to the house. No, he just makes them go back to the house so he can see if he needs to see what happened, even though you could get forensics and other officers. I'm going on too long. Anyway, we can suck my balls and can go rot in a dumpster fire. Like and subscribe and share and comment.